And welcome back, everyone, to Freaky Tales, episode 28. Correction, 29. I want to apologize first and foremost last week, but when my guest cancels, there's nothing I can do. And I'm not going to go live and just take phone calls or tell ghost stories. So I just took the day off. So I want to apologize to everybody watching, everybody who subscribed, everybody who's liked, everybody on the live chat, everybody who's commented. I just want to apologize to you guys. Thank you for being fans. Thank you for being here. We're going to have a great night. We also have a returning guest back by popular demand. The pelvic sorcerer is in the building. And his favorite quote is, "Get the fuck out of here, motherfucker." Get the fuck out of here. So, once again, thank you and welcome everyone to episode 29. And I see the Spice Smuggler on the live chat. And you're asking people, ask Tony, what's the password? Can't give that out unless you've been to the clubhouse. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Sorcerer, how you been?
I've been good. How about you?
I've been good. I cannot complain. I'm glad you're here on this Freaky Friday. Crazy, freaky things always happen when we do Freaky Tales or Tales from the Hood. Okay? People always say, you know, whenever we watch Freaky Tales, crazy things happen at the house.
Really?
Yeah, people always tell me that. You know, they message me, they DM me, whatever. And they're always, man, I can't watch your show. I have to watch it when it's not live, or I skip the intro because The Exorcist scares me. Yeah, so I get a lot of that.
God.
Yeah, I get a lot of that. So you hadn't been here in a minute, but, you know, we've gotten requests for the pelvic sorcerer, and I'm glad you're able to make it. So, and if people that don't like it, then you don't have to watch. But they're still on the live chat.
No, they have to watch.
Yeah, they have to watch. Okay. So the Spice Smuggler, I'm sure, will be calling later on, you know, to give you his deep, sincere voice kicking $20 words. You know what I'm saying? So, something I want to ask you. Somebody sent me this question, and I want to present it to you. Okay. Do you believe in time travel?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Why do you believe in time travel?
Because I feel like it's possible for like motherfuckers that are smart. You know, I feel like you could. I just feel like, well, you know, if we can figure out other kind, like how to build airplanes, and back then, now we're probably advanced, so we probably, you know, we're probably there. They probably just don't tell us that they're there, but like we're at that level already.
Now, do you think that it could be something like where we just lay back, go into a trance, and then go there, you know, visually, mentally, but never really transport?
No, physically. I feel like they're working on getting us there physically.
Physically?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I feel like that's possible. Just given the, you know, probably need time to evolve or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. The fucking chinos are probably already built, have like 3. They probably got like a whole fucking floor of those motherfuckers.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you a question that has to do with time travel, and I want you to give me the first one that comes to your mind. If you can go back right now, where would you go?
To the 90s.
To the 90s?
1990s.
I was there. I could tell you what it was like. Come on, give me another one.
That's where I would want to go, because I feel like that's the type of person I am, and I feel like my soul is that era. When it comes to music, when it comes to style, everything, that's where I'd want to go.
Okay.
Like the 80s and the 90s, like 85, 80, you know.
Okay. Who would you want to meet?
Tupac. I'd want to meet Tupac. I would want to meet all of them at the prime, like probably when you you know, like when you were around and it was really like a big. Right. I would want to be around that, like how you were able to be around that.
You know what? Where I would want to go?
Where?
If I could be there just for a day to see how the pyramids
were built
in Egypt were built. Nobody knows. With all the technology that we have today, where we have cell phones where we can call somebody in Egypt and they'll pick up. We can send him a picture and he'll see it. I mean, at the speed of light, but yet we cannot figure out how they built the pyramids.
Yeah. Aliens.
You think so?
Had to be. That's too much. Like, for it to be like that, you know? I feel like it's the blueprint of it, one.
Okay.
The way that it goes in like this, people are going to be falling off the motherfuckers. They didn't have scaffolds back then. You know what I mean? Like,
that's why we can't figure out.
Yeah, it had to be aliens where they fucking... They did it for you. And I was like...
How?
They're probably just picking shit up with their fucking little fucking beam or whatever and then just build it raw fast or something.
Wow. You know, I mean...
And I was like, thank you. We're probably like praising them and shit. Because don't they have hieroglyphics of UFOs and stuff?
Yeah, they do. Well, at least that's what people think they are. We don't know. We weren't there. But I would like to go and see how they were built. And my thing, I don't believe the whole alien theory. My father did. You know, the spy smuggler does.
Humanoids.
Humanoids. Yeah, humanoids. I don't believe in that. You know, I think that, I don't know. You know what? I think man did it. And I just think they were so far advanced that, you know, that, I mean, look, we built radios, we built TVs, we built CDs, cassettes, airplanes, all of this stuff, and yet it's still we cannot figure out. So that's what I would want to go. I would want to go and see, you know, how they built it. You know, if you had another choice, where would you want to go to? If you could just be there for a day. And I'm looking for the fog, and I don't see my fog. But go ahead.
Damn, that's a really good question. If I could go back, I'd probably go back to like the Mayan days.
The Mayan days?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the apocalypto type days, just to see what that was like. But I would want to be protecting this shit or give him some shanks or something because shit gets real, you know. They ain't fucking walking my ass up that fucking pyramid. Fuck that shit. I'm going out with a fucking bang.
Hey, yeah. Every man for himself.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's a good one. Now, I know this is probably going to trip people out, but I would want to go back to the time of Christ.
I would do that too.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you what makes people more curious than anything. Because when you look at the Bible, it never gives a description of him. It never. I know people want to go to the book of Revelation. They'll say he had hair of wool and you know, he had a beard and eyes of fire. Know how to interpret that before you say that's what he looked like. We don't know, but I would like to see. I guarantee you he probably looks nothing like that Brad Pitt looking Jesus that we see, you know, on our Bibles with the hologram on it, you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I would go there. So, but would that be something you would be interested in? Time travel?
Yeah. Like you said, just to see what he looks like, you know?
Yeah.
Probably looks like Shaq or some shit, you know? you don't even know.
If you can change the course of history, would you? Let me give you an example. Okay? We know millions of Jews were killed during the Holocaust. That's just one example, okay? But say that you saw Hitler and you knew it was him as a kid.
When I smoke his ass.
Yes.
Yeah.
As a kid, you see him as 5 years old.
Oh, I wouldn't smoke him, but I'll hit him with the car or something. Say he jumped out too fast. I'm sorry.
All right. So you would change the course of history?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Or what if, okay, well, here's a good question. Or I could be like, damn, this was going down the wrong path. I need to get in his head and start teaching him to be a different way, a better way.
Are you willing to take that chance?
Well, if he doesn't turn out good, I'll just smoke him. Hey, if he doesn't listen or whatever, you know,
but hey,
he's got till 17. If he ain't looking like he's a promising young lad, I'm going to smoke his ass.
But you only have 1 day. 1 day.
Oh, 1 day? Yeah, I'll just hit him with the car.
All right. Say you could be there, and I want to say Dallas, Texas, where President Kennedy was shot and assassinated, and you knew where Lee Harvey Oswald was, and you're given 10 minutes right before the president is killed. Would you stop it?
Yeah, well, I would just be like, damn, fool, where'd you get that shit? Like a gun, you know? I would ask him, like I would try and, like, you know, so he misses his opportunity.
All right.
But I wouldn't snitch on him. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, you know, he's with the business. He's obviously gonna smoke somebody. You know, just sidetrack him and shit, and then just get on my way and leave. But at least he got to live. You know, JF Kennedy. But J.F. Kennedy wasn't he talking too much all the fucking time? That's why they smoked his ass. You can't have no knockouts around that fool.
Right.
That's what gonna fucking tell.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay. Now let me ask you this. Here's an interesting question. At least I believe. If you could sit down with a certain individual and you could talk to him for an hour, one-on-one, by yourself, okay, would you sit down with Richard Ramirez, and what would that conversation be like?
Yes, I would.
So one-on-one, this close, on a bench at a park, and he's just sitting right there, and he's just staring at you, and he tells you, what do you want?
He told me that?
Yeah.
I'd have been like, look, fool, I want to know what compelled you to do this. And what do you think he would say, Tony?
I had a fucked up childhood.
I'd be like, wait. And so did I, so did all of us or whatever.
Well, say that's what he told you.
Yeah, okay. Then I'd be like, all right. Well, since, he's like, why you like killing bitches for? Like, why?
See, the type of dumbass that he was, yeah. the type of dumbass that he was, he would say something like, well, why not?
Well, I don't know, motherfucker. That's why I'm asking. I would have told him, like, well, what do you mean, why not? Like, okay, well,
because
what's so special about him?
I can do whatever I want to whoever I want.
Oh.
And you're sitting a little too close to me.
I'm like, well, what you want to do then? Fool was cracking. Fuck him.
Okay.
He's just another guy, He's just another guy. He's killing women and shit. Any man is capable of that.
Would you shake his hand if he?
No, I wouldn't shake his hand.
If he went like this. Mm-mm. What if he said, let's take a picture together for you to remember this day?
Nope. I just had a few questions for you. I don't take pictures with rapists.
What if he told you, I'll see you in hell?
Save me a spot. I don't know what I would tell him. I'd probably be like, this fool's fucking on one right here.
Yeah.
I was like, this motherfucker just dope too much.
Well, you know damn well he was on a sick one.
Yeah, dude, he was on a sick one.
Yeah. Okay.
I would ask him, you know what I would ask him? I say, why the fuck didn't you kill my Theo? You were in the harbor area, motherfucker. Why didn't you kill that motherfucker?
What if he said, he wasn't on my list?
Well, he's fucking. So, that would have fucking, what's the difference? You got to fucking,
Right. Okay.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I made that up.
Let's move on. If you could sit down with Jeffrey Dahmer, you know who that is, right? The guy that would
eat people.
Yeah, I believe he was actually even gay.
Yeah.
Okay, and he would bring men up, and then before you know it, he would do things. There was a story that supposedly one guy got away. Believe he was Asian.
Yeah.
He got away, and he had holes from a drill
in his fucking head.
In his head, butt naked, bleeding from his booty. The cops pick him up, and since he doesn't speak English, he's telling them like he's trying to take him to Jeffrey Dahmer's house. The cops knock on Jeffrey Dahmer's door.
Give him back, huh?
They give him back. He said, "Oh, he's my lover. We're just having like a lover's quarrel." Then he kills him. So Jeffrey Dahmer's brought. He sat down right next to you and looks at you and says, "What do you want?" What would you tell him?
I would be like, okay, for one, how does flesh taste?
You want to find out?
I don't want to find. I just want you to tell me. That's all I'll tell him. But fuck that. Now, I would say like, just because you're gay, you don't gotta eat people.
No, well,
like, what's wrong with you?
They look delicious.
Yeah, I mean, I'm walking out the street. A lot of bitches look delicious, but I don't fucking eat the bitch.
What if he told you he looked like a snack?
So does Holly Berry. Well, I ain't trying to fucking chop her ass up and eat her.
You know what? I guess something I would ask is this. Honestly, like, tell me about your childhood. That's what I would want to know. That's what I would.
Yeah, but don't they have a movie on it or whatever?
Yeah, I believe so.
He was just like a loner kid. Maybe that's why.
But I want him to share. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now,
here's the thing. You said I'm with Richard Ramirez. You don't know if that guy's going to tell you the truth.
Because he's a Hollywood type of motherfucker. He likes the fame, yeah.
He was pretty much claiming that he was demonically possessed. He worshipped the devil. And if the devil's a liar, do you think this idiot's going to tell you the truth? No, but he's going to play with your mind. Now, Jeffrey Dahmer, supposedly, when he went to prison, again, like most people, this guy supposedly became a Christian. But I'm sorry, for some people, that doesn't fly anymore.
Yeah.
And they got him, and they put a broomstick up there, and they broke it, and they killed him.
Oh, they broke one off in him, huh?
Yeah. So
that's what happened.
So, if you asked him that and he said, you know what, it tastes good, you need to try it.
I'd be like, okay, well, what? Okay, so what I ask him, how did it turn into eating for you? Like, why not just kill, or why eat?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck makes you, like, what popped in your mind that I need to taste them? Does it feel like you're devouring their soul, which is more of satisfaction besides killing? Some people feel like, fuck, if I kill them, like, okay, but if I devour them and I eat them, like, now they're my fucking slave in their afterlife.
You know what? And that might be like a sense of like how
their
would you
soul
say?
lives in here, you know, like
Possibly, you know, we don't know what he was thinking, but possibly more on like, I'm in control, I feel powerful, I could do this to you, you know, and I can get away with it.
Yeah.
You know, it could be just that sense of power. You know, like, sad to say, there are people, and I'm not saying this about everyone, and I want to watch carefully what I say. There's people that have been picked on all their lives.
Yeah.
And you know what they do?
Become cops. Serious.
It's true. And I think now they have the authority, you know, to lay hands on you, do whatever they want to you, all in the name of the law.
Or they become like judges, lawyers.
Right. Right.
Something with authority.
Then they'll see somebody like you who might have laid hands on them in high school, and you go there for a misdemeanor, but according to him now, you're going to do 3 years because you haven't learned. Okay. And I think people like that just feel like it's power. I could do whatever I want to. Yeah. Okay.
What do you think flesh tastes like, Tony? Like, if you had to, like, just take a wild guess, I'm talking like, not like fucking skin, you know, I'm talking like, whoosh, fucking you cooked it, you grilled that motherfucker, and then, like, they chop it up for you like a steak. Like, what do you think it tastes like?
I don't know, bro. I mean, carne estrada, you know, I don't know. Like I don't even know what part of a human but here's the crazy part. Because we watched movies like Silence of the Lamb and other movies. I think it's called The Dragon, where it shows these Red Dragon.
That's by Hannibal Lecter
yeah.
or whatever.
And it talks about certain parts of the back that they eat. Like certain parts are tender, certain parts of the chest, certain parts of the legs that they eat. But Jeffrey Dahmer, and if kids are watching, I'm sorry, but he was just eating the dicks.
Really?
Yeah, he was eating. They found all the body parts except the private parts.
Wow.
You know, talk about huevos con chorizo.
Yeah.
So.
Fuck.
Yeah. Okay, now, if you could sit down with a guy like, if you're familiar with Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
Ted Bundy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you how he wasn't slick, but for lack of better words, how slick this idiot was.
Wasn't he just like a real, like, just
Bookworm.
brutal butcher guy, though? Like, he just butchered bitches and shit?
Well,
like,
no, he looked more like a substitute teacher. That's what he looked like.
That's the one that Zac Efron played.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I know which one.
Him.
He's a handsome dude in the fucking,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. He'll wear the fake cast.
I'm thinking of Ed Gein.
Okay, no, not that guy.
Yeah.
Not that guy. But he would beat up girls. One thing they didn't show in the movie, that he would actually preserve their bodies and go back and have sex with them. He actually enjoyed having sex with dead bodies. Okay? And how one of the many ways that his girlfriend knew, or his wife knew, that he was the guy that they were talking about in the if you will, on TV, on the news, was because she did an interview, I don't know if it's still up on YouTube or not, where he would tell her to play dead while I'm on top. You know, pretend like you're not even breathing and just look straight up to the ceiling. And they were saying on the news that this guy was having sex with dead bodies. So it started matching the description, like a bunch of stuff. That's what, there was a lot more to that. But that's what made her call the cops on him. Yeah, that was him, bro. Damn. Now, you could sit down with him. What would you ask him?
Man, I would just say, you're a sick fucker. That's what I was telling him. Like, you're a sick old fucking guy. Wow, I'd be like, dude, what the fuck happened to you? You like to fuck dead bitches.
Well, and here's the crazy part. The guy was very, very smart. He was intelligent, but obviously the guy was a murderer.
It's probably insecurity issues. He probably wanted them dead so they don't, look at his fucking small old dick or some shit. I don't know. Or they fucking, like he don't want no type of, he probably just likes being alone, but he wants to fuck. I don't know. Who knows? But fuck.
Right. But
that's crazy. That's vicious right there.
Yeah, he did an interview and he requested this. There's a guy named Dr. Charles Dobson, I believe. I believe that's his name, or James Dobson. He's a Christian minister, and Ted Bundy wanted his last interview before they killed him with that man.
He personally wanted.
Yes, he wanted. Maybe it was a form of confession. I don't know, but he gave him the interview, and you could watch that on YouTube. So everything that I'm sharing with you guys is public knowledge. You guys can actually look it up. And he asked him, how did this all start for you? Let's go back to the beginning. So he confessed, and here's what he said. For me, it all started with porn. Okay.
I better fucking watch out, fool.
Yeah, check it out when you guys get a chance. Here's what he said. It started with porn magazines, eventually videotapes.
Well, because don't they have that category or whatever of like fucking zombie bitches and shit like that? Like horror, it's like horror porn or whatever.
I never heard of that. But
yeah, I think I've seen shit like that. Like, just scrolling through Pornhub, you see some weird shit on Halloween or whatever. Be like, the fuck is this shit?
Right, okay.
But I've scrolling, I just glance and be like, what the fuck is that?
Right.
But what if they had that kind of shit and he liked it or some shit and he was like, I'm gonna do this shit in real life?
Well, see, but back then they didn't have that. We're talking about like in the 70s.
Oh yeah, they didn't have that shit.
So he said
they barely had Linda Lovelace.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So he said that magazines and then watching it on videotapes. Then this is what he said. And again, I'm just repeating what he said. After watching it so much, he goes, I just wanted to do it. He goes, and then from there, it just snowballed. So he had something that he knew was a slippery slope. And he just slid it. He just got worse and worse and worse and worse. And that was his confession. So and he was actually encouraging people through the interview to stay away from porn. He literally blamed porn.
That ruined his life.
Yeah. Now, but think about this. If you look at any documentaries on ex-porn stars, they'll tell you that their lives are ruined.
Yeah,
many
in that
of them.
industry, yeah.
Yeah, they'll tell you, I have to be drugged up, I had to be drunk, I had to do this, and for the money, and they're recovering,
Yeah.
So, okay, let's talk.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I got a couple of more people that want to sit down and talk to you. Let's talk Charles Manson. He sits down. You seen that video where he gets up and starts doing the dance? He starts doing, say he got up and just started doing the dance, and he just tells you, you want some?
I'll start busting out too. Like,
no, you know what I mean.
Like, what do you mean? Do I want some? Do I want to fight him or?
Yeah. Do you want me? What do you want, kid?
Oh,
say he told you that.
Actually, I think you're a zany motherfucker, and I want to fucking just pick your brain.
Okay, go ahead.
Then I would say, how the fuck are you that good of a networker that you had all these people do this shit for you? How did you persuade them? Because I need that kind of persuasive skills.
What if he told you the power of the tongue, son?
And I'd be like, well, if I thought I was good, you're the god.
Yeah.
I'm moving that tongue around because shit.
Well, you know what? And that's what he did. He ordered people. He told people, go.
Yeah. I would want to know, like, hey, what tactics do you use? What, to get people to do what you want without having to lift the finger and getting inside people's heads. Because I feel like in this life, that's very important. To be able to be persuasive, to be able to network, to be able to, that's leaders right there. That's what leaders are. So in a way, he was a horrible, he was a great leader, but for a horrible cause.
Of course.
But I would want to know, though, his dialogue tactics that he used.
Imagine if he was good and he used that same mouth.
Yeah, he could have been fucking.
You know what I'm saying? Like
an
influencer, what we call people today, influencers. So, but now, I guess I would ask him, like, well, tell me what happened that night. Do the police, the detectives, do they have it right? What went on? Why did you write Helter Skelter on the wall with blood? You know, because that's what he did.
Yeah, but he didn't do it.
Right.
They did. Yeah.
Right. He commanded them or told them to do it. Like,
wow. How do you do that?
Yeah. Oh, a lot of people have, you know, a lot of people.
How'd you start yourself a cult?
Well, a lot of people said, according to these documentaries that I've seen, and these are all, you can watch them on Netflix, you can watch them on YouTube now. And many of them have said that, as weird as it may sound, he started off as a musician.
Right.
Okay. He actually hung around with one of the Beach Boys. And he was trying to get put on.
To the Beach Boys.
Yeah, they just thought he was whack. Okay.
Like he couldn't sing good or whatever.
Yeah, and one of those guys told one of his followers, you know, he's just not that good. Well, he got mad. Mm-hmm. It would be like somebody showing you their demo, and you said, you can't rap, fool. So, you don't know. You might be telling a new Manson that, you know. Well, he got upset, and most of the girls that followed him said this. Some that fell off and some that still followed him said this. He would make you believe in yourself. That's what a lot of dictators do, okay? Mm-hmm. They will tell you your worth, you're great, you're awesome, you're a winner, you're this. As soon as he reels you in, now it's, I need you to start doing this for me. That's what he did to those women. You know, you're beautiful, the world doesn't accept you, I accept you, I'm here for you, whatever you need, I'll make it happen. Who else has your back other than me? So they started saying like, only he has the keys to what I want. Nobody else. Who else is there for us? So he started, and this is by their own admission. This is what these people would say, you know. And let's be honest, a lot of, look at, there's that, as a matter of fact, I think it's called, it's Tyrant in Netflix, but or How to Make a Tyrant, or
How to Become a Tyrant.
How to Become a Tyrant, right? Yeah. Okay. And it talks about all that. They all start by telling people what they want to hear. Like, that's how they gain them. Okay. Now, speaking of Tyrant.
See what he did there?
Okay. Moving on. So, Charles Manson, you know what? Would you even ask him? I think I would ask him, play me one of your songs, bro.
Yeah. Definitely.
I want to see.
I would want to hear it.
Okay.
Well, it's probably like, through the pines, in the pines, in the pines, I go. That's probably some shit like that.
Right.
Yeah, I'll fucking
know. Now, if it sucked, would you tell him? If it was good, would you tell him?
I would be like, hey, man, you needed a little bit more, like, vocal on this one. Where did you record this? Because it sounds, like, distorted. Like I would have been like, I got a homie, Tony A, and he could mix the shit out this motherfucker, and he could record the fuck out of you, dog, and make you a better beat than this bullshit.
What if he told you, who the fuck are you to tell me about my music?
I'll be like, motherfucker, I'm KUJO Savage. You better ask somebody.
Yeah, I think he got mad because he didn't like constructive criticism.
Probably, and that's why he wanted to become a leader and construct and then he wanted to be the one giving that.
Yes.
out. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. This person is still alive. Okay. O.J. Simpson. If you could sit down with him, let's give a different scenario. You guys meet up at a bar by yourself. The bartender serves you guys your drinks.
He just happens to be there, just me and
him. No, hold on. It's set up for you guys to meet.
Okay. He
comes to the bar. He's drinking his whiskey. The bartender gives you your drinks, and he walks away, and it's just you two. Then he looks at you, and he tells you, "The fuck you want, man?"
I'll be like,
"Did I do it? Is that what you want to know?"
I'll be like, "Well, yeah, duh. But I'm getting to that. First, can you autograph this O.J. Simpson jersey?" I would ask him, I'll be like, hey, how the fuck? Well, I mean, it's obvious how he had an all-star lineup. He had Johnny Cochran. That motherfucker had the motherfucking, he had the fucking, the dream team, Harlem Globetrotters. I don't know what the fuck he had, but, and getting chased in a Bronco. Like, damn, dude. I would just be like, damn. I would just ask him, like, hey, all because she flirted with some fool at the fuck, was it at a diner or something like that? She was flirting with the waiter.
What if he just told you, the fuck you know about me? But yeah, you got
away. How'd you do it?
But yeah, you got an hour with me, so let's chop it up. Did I do it? If he told you no, would you believe him?
I'd be like, well, I mean, that's what the fucking verdict reads, but I wouldn't believe him. I'd be like, no, you lying, motherfucker. You know you did that shit.
How do you know I did it?
Because I know you did it. That fucking bitch got mauled by a bear.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The fuck? You look like a bear, motherfucker.
And here's my thing: is that what a coincidence that he cut his hand the day of those murders.
Yeah.
Now he said he cut it on a broken glass. I'm gonna ask you, Cujo.
That he broke over her head, probably.
When is the last time anybody on the live chat or you have cut your hand on a broken glass?
Oh yeah, it's been years.
I don't think that's ever happened to me. What are the chances? I can't say it can't happen, but what are the chances?
That's like a.
And what a coincidence on the day of.
Yeah.
I think I would tell him like this. Everything points to you, bro. It doesn't point to no one else. Mm-hmm. Everything points to you. Mm-hmm. Okay. You know damn well you did it and got away with it. Okay. You said it on the interview, and you guys can Google this.
He admits it.
He admits it because he said it was a hypothetical scenario. That's what he said. The lady asked him, because he wrote a book. He said, if I would have done it, I would have done it this way or something like that. Mm-hmm. So the lady said, can you hypothetically tell us how you killed your wife in that book? And he said, well, hypothetically, I went to her house, and we were talking, and then this guy comes up to me and he gets in a karate stance and he says, I'm going to kick your ass. And I tell him, you're going to kick my ass. So I thought to myself, since when do you think in a hypothetical scenario? Mm-hmm. So we started fighting, and then there was, night blood everywhere, and, Cole was no longer breathing, and, but hypothetically, if I would have done it, that's probably how I would have done it. That's what he said.
Wow.
Yeah. You guys can look it up, how OJ hypothetically killed his wife. He admits it. Well, and he gives it detail.
Well, he technically could admit it, nothing would happen, right? Because it's already done.
Right.
No, the book is shut.
I could have easily have said, look, man, here's where I think you got away. I think the cops knew that you had did it, but they went ahead and just planted extra evidence so to make sure you wouldn't get away.
Because he was playing for the what? What team was he playing for?
Well, he wasn't playing anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he wasn't playing anymore. But I just think they wanted to make sure we're going to make sure he doesn't get away this time, because he had been arrested or he had reports of domestic violence.
They really wanted to get him, so they
right. So I think that they went ahead and planted extra evidence, and then that's where the Dream Team came up with technicalities to get him off.
Damn.
Like they got him off because the police, the detective, planted way too much. And we found out. So now.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah. Okay. What about the Menendez brothers? Those two brothers that killed their mom and dad for the money.
I don't understand that.
Okay. Both of them, you're sitting in the middle. And one to the right, one to the left.
So I'm the dick?
Pretty much.
Okay.
So they ask you, what do you want, man?
I'll be like, dude, how does it feel that you live with yourself knowing that you killed your mom and dad?
What if they started crying and said, we live with that every single day? Would you believe them?
I'd be like, yeah, I probably would. I mean, but in my head, I'd be like, I'm probably lying, but fuck it, it's happening right now. So let me just go with it.
I think those bastards were lying. Well, everybody knows they did it, and then they try to say later on that they were being molested. That's what they said in court. Okay, but they were still convicted. Okay, but here was the thing. Supposedly, when one guy called the cops, he started crying. Oh, if all my family did. Oh my God. He started doing all that. Mm-hmm. He hangs up. The police, the 911 calls back, and he answers this like, "Hello." What the fuck? Yeah. What happened to all the? Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was number one. Everything became suspicious, bro. And then they weren't even being investigated. But here's what made them start. The detectives started to investigate them when they started going on a shopping spree. Like weeks later, brand new cars, throwing parties at the crib.
Oh, yeah, they did it.
They did it.
Yeah.
How do you party like that, man?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, the last one. If you could sit down and talk with this individual, I'm going to ask you this after I tell you who it is. You tell me where you want to meet him. And he'll meet you there. Okay? He tells you this. Well, you get word. Tell Kujo I'll meet him anywhere he wants. But it's got to be at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
And it's the devil himself.
Oh, shit. I wouldn't meet him. Fuck no.
What do you mean Kujo doesn't want to meet me?
Nope. I'd be like, meet me at the Heaven Ebenezer Church on Tandem Martin Luther King.
What if he told you, I go to that church every Sunday?
Oh, then
I look for recruits.
Oh,
And that's why I want to meet you.
oh, I'm not getting. This is God. This is Lord Side Gangster right here.
But what if he told you, I know him too?
Huh?
He kicked me out.
I'm not supposed to be talking to you, Mr. Stranger. I wouldn't meet up with him. Fuck no. That's a guy you don't want to play with, man. Right there. I feel like, you know, just you know how you asked me that question right now, like just it just like this energy jolted through me right now. Like, you serious? That fool? Like, I'm not meeting that fool at 9 in the morning. I'm not meeting him at fucking 2 p.m. in the mall with everybody there. I'm not ever meeting that. Fuck that. Fuck that. That's never happening.
Really?
Might be on a call, but I'm not gonna meet up with him.
Okay, here's my thing now.
Would you?
Hell no.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, okay, here's my thing. Say,
I'll probably wear this shit, Tony, try and blend in and shit. Like,
Yeah.
hey, what's up, homie?
t-
You know, like I'm one of his workers.
tell you his messenger, let's just say his messenger tells you. Then he'll talk to you over the phone, but at 3 o'clock in the morning, and he wants you at the park by yourself.
Nope.
Why? Because you're afraid he might show up, huh?
Fuck yeah. He's gonna show up. Fuck that shit. I ain't never ran from no man, but I'll run from that motherfucker. I ain't meeting up with him. Fuck that shit. Nope.
Okay. So by you feeling this way, you do believe that there is an actual
Fuck yeah.
devil, Satan, Lucifer. Okay. You know, every word that will come out of his mouth is a lie.
Yep.
It's trickery. He will deceive you from the very get-go. To the point of, I like your tattoos. You should introduce me to him.
I'll be like, his name is Jesus Christ. I was born with these.
Say you get a phone call at night. You wake up 3 o'clock in the morning. You look. You're afraid because the call is 666-6666.
I would answer it because I'm curious.
Okay, you answer it.
Okay.
And you hear this.
Hang up. At 3 in the morning?
Yeah, hold
Well,
on.
I'm tired, so I'm not even going to hear that shit. I'm just going to be like,
And you say hello.
uh-huh.
And he says, do you know who this is?
Fuck you, motherfucker. I would say, no. Who the fuck is this? Why are you calling me at 3 in the morning? That's what I would tell him.
This is Lucifer. I believe it's someone you've been wanting to meet for the longest time. And I'm here. Look outside your window.
Okay.
Would you look?
Yeah. I'll look. Well, I'm just going to see tweakers.
You never know.
You know, shit, I might have to really look and be like, hey, is that you right there in the blue jacket? Oh, that's not you? Oh, in the red right there. Oh, okay, I see.
And then he says, keep looking. And he said, I'm looking. I can't see you. And then he said, look behind you.
I'll probably just fucking throw a fucking head jab and shit.
You don't like talking about the devil, huh? Makes you
No,
uncomfortable, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's something else.
Oh, man. That was a good one. That one caught you off guard, huh?
Uh-huh. Yeah, that one.
Okay.
I don't like that guy.
Wow. All right. Now, let's talk about something that I believe. Well, I'll present the question, and then you tell me what you think, okay? Do you believe that spirits or energies staying at home when someone is murdered? Say that someone is murdered in a house, brutally murdered or just shot, stabbed, commit suicide, whatever. They take the body out. They paint the inside, change the rug, fix it all up, new furniture, and you move in.
Oh, it's still there for sure. And you have to assume, just safely assume that it's there before you move in. I will not move in no fucking house if someone's been murdered in or dead. Even if they died of old age, that bitch, I'm probably not going in there because have you seen The Conjuring 2?
Yes.
It's Bill Wilkins on the fucking couch and shit. Fuck that. I'm not dealing with that.
How?
It's Bill Wilkins. Fucking I have my fucking son and shit. He can't even talk yet. The motherfucker's gonna be over here fucking motherfucker, fucking talking and shit and possessed and shit. I'm not doing that.
Okay, say that hypothetical scenario. Okay, you and your family looking for a home. Find a nice, beautiful home.
Those are always the ones, Tony, that you gotta fucking.
Of course,
it's always the nice ones.
Okay, you go in there. The landlord shows you everything. The rent is cheap. You're like, hell yeah! 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Nice size living room, 2-car garage, front and backyard. Let's do it. Oh, but landlord, I have to ask you one thing. What is the history of this home? Do you really want to know, sir?
Of course.
I haven't been able to rent this house out in the last 10 years. And there was a man that lived here with 3 girls, 2 boys. These were his children. And his wife, and all 3 of them the whole family was murdered by him, and then he took his own life.
I'm not moving in here. Well, when he said, when he started talking, like just the way he was telling me right now, I'm already like backstepping, like, okay, you know, like, and then he murdered him, and then I was like, it's like, all right, I'm already by the car. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I watch a lot of ghost stuff, like a lot of ghosts, you know.
But your family is in dire needs of a home.
Well, I'll make sure that that's never the case.
Right.
But 2, hey man, the park benches aren't that fucking, you know, you just throw a little fucking, you know, little blanket right there. It's all right for a few nights.
Say you looked around and you looked at the ceiling, there was a little tiny hole. What happened right there? Or that's where he hung himself.
I'm not doing this shit, Tony. I would be like, I would want to leave because I'd be afraid that someone will follow my ass home or something. You know what I mean? I don't like being around none of that shit. Like my lady wants to go to that fucking Zach Bagan fucking museum and shit. I'm like, nope, because I don't trust shit. Hey, I'm chunky, but I'm handsome, dude. If one of those fucking ghosts, like a fucking Jeffrey Dahmer, dick eating motherfucker, sees me, I'm in trouble, dog.
Yeah,
I'm in big fucking trouble, Tony. Okay, you know what I mean? And if fucking Ted Bundy sees my bitch, she has a big old butt. That motherfucker gonna be like, oh, I'm going and I'm a fucking killer and have to, you know, fuck that shit.
You never know.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good, Tony. It's not happening.
What if the landlord said, I'll give you a deal. I want it 1,800, but just give me 1,000.
It's not worth it. It's not worth what you're gonna go through. I'm already stressed out and my place isn't haunted. So imagine how stressed out I would be.
Okay, what would you do if you said, you know what, before I leave, I'm going to go use the restroom? You use the restroom, you wash your hands, you're walking out, you're get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out of here. I'd be like, got the full age.
Get a ghost tales.
You see me like the fucking AOL fucking, you know that little fucking AOL guy?
Okay. So you do believe that those spirits, those energies or dead people, whatever you want to call them, that they still believe that they're still there?
Yes, I do.
Whether it's an apartment, condo, trailer, whatever.
Anything.
What about a car? Is there such thing as a haunted car?
I feel like, yeah, there have been stories when someone was attached to their car.
Really?
Yeah, I seen this one episode. It was like some show or whatever, like ghosts and shit. The dude was attached to his car so much that when he fucking died, he like when you're driving his car, you see him in the back seat, like almost every time, and he straight makes you feel like get out of my car. Yeah. Get the fuck out of my car.
Okay. All right. Let's go with this one right here. This was a very interesting one because somebody presented this question to me when we first started Freaky Tales through an email. Because I was accepting emails when we were reading stories before we started taking the live calls. But someone said this. She said, do you believe that watching scary movies can attract or even allow evil spirits or energies in your home?
No.
Do you get the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but I understand how it could be possible with movies like The Exorcism, movies like The Conjuring. But I don't think so because, I mean, I've seen those a gang of times and nothing's ever happened. But I have heard of people like watching The Exorcism and their house, like they knew they had a little ghost in it or whatever, and it would kick up like after watching those kinds of movies.
Oh, I see what
like,
you're saying.
I'm thinking probably because they're frightened from watching the movie.
The ghosts are frightened?
No, them.
Oh,
and so whatever ghost probably says, oh, let's have a little fun and fucking, you know, who knows? But,
Right.
you know, it's energy. It's all energy.
Okay. You know, well, here's my take on it. Okay. I've heard that demons, the devil, whatever, feeds on fear. Mm-hmm. So if watching something
it's scaring you, and yeah,
causes you to fear, can that fear open the door for that to come in? That's the way I kind of emailed this person back. And I said, yes, but at least in my opinion, this way. Mm-hmm. And he said, oh, I never saw it that way.
Yeah.
You know, but it's true. You know, I do believe that when you open up the door to fear, anything could come in. Anything is possible, whatever the case, whatever it may be, you know. But yeah, I do believe certain movies, like, I don't care what people say. You know, I believe it's a channel or an app called Shudder on
Wait, okay, so it's an app. I heard that.
It's a channel, yeah. It's a channel, but you have to download the app on your TV, kind of like a Hulu or whatever. And it's just like a Netflix for scary movies. Mm-hmm. Okay. And they have the documentary on The Exorcist there. How they made the movie.
Oh, I would love to see that. I've never finished the movie. I've only watched a little bit of it.
Why?
I got scared. And I was a grown man already. And I love ghost, like, demon movies. That one just, I didn't like it.
It was just
like, it was a great movie. I was up watching it when my girl was asleep, and I was up watching. I was like, fuck this shit. And I had work in the morning. I was like, man, fuck this shit. I'm gonna go to sleep all fucking night.
Yeah. Okay. Now, but this was, it just went into detail, and I just did a recent podcast. I think it's called Horror Headquarters. God, man, I butchered the name, but it's in my community on the Freaky Tales podcast YouTube, where I did a interview where all we did was talk about horror movies. And Mike Santana, the host of Horror Headquarters, he talks about how in the documentary, even though I had seen it, but it talks about how the director wanted the demon that possessed Reagan to sound like a man and a woman together. Like
Reagan's the girl, right?
Yeah, Reagan's the girl. Yeah, and we talked about how possibly Reagan allowed that demon in. Mm-hmm. Like in the very beginning, she's playing with the Ouija board.
Yeah,
I believe that those Ouija boards are portals.
Yes, I do too.
You open doors, something comes in. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, that was one of them. I do believe that
Yeah, I definitely believe there are portals.
Yeah.
My baby mama played with one a few times, whatever, when she was younger, and it's just all bad, you know.
Yeah.
She just said, like, nothing happened, but like sometimes we'd be having bad luck like a lot, and we'd be like, man, I always tell her, man, it's because you fucking play with the fucking Ouija boards back in the day.
Okay.
Like, shut the fuck up.
Okay.
No, but I think that it's like, even if something like Ouija boards, like, even if nothing happens or whatever, I feel like there's different kind of spirits. There's the ones that really make themselves known and stuff, but then I feel like there's like vibes, like energies that come where it's not none of this. Hey, get the fuck out of here. It's more like just you always feel mad, you always feel depressed, you always feel, you know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it's stuff like that too.
What about the ones that physically touch you? Like, they've made plenty of movies like that, Paranormal Activity.
Yeah.
You know, there's been accounts supposedly that women have had sex. Something has had sex with women while they were asleep.
I forgot what fucking movie, but I don't know if you've seen it. That's where that bitch is getting raped by a ghost. The whole movie.
No.
I swear to God, like, and it's a serious movie, like a serious scary movie. It's not like a parody. And
Really?
like, she starts crying, like, "Oh, I can't get away from me." Like, she'll just be walking down the hall, and there'll be video footage, and she just gets bent over, lifted up in midair, and she starts getting fucked, dude. It sounds probably fucking ridiculous, but it's fucking sad, bro. Like,
right.
You're watching it, you're like, what the fuck, dude? And this thing is like a fucking beast. Like, you could tell by the way it's moving her arms all crazy and shit. It's like fucking 8 feet tall, like, but you don't see it though. It's invisible, but you can tell like the kind of like the way it's moving her arms, and fucking like it's fucking her up, dude. And like, and then she's all bruised and shit after. It's like, if the viewers are watching, I'm pretty sure they've seen it. It's a little bit that came out like fucking 10 years ago. Okay. And it was on Netflix for a while, but I forgot the fucking name. But it's a crazy ass movie.
Okay. Wow, I guess I'm going to check that one out.
Yeah, look it up. Movie about girl getting raped by ghosts.
Girl getting raped by Casper. Okay. Okay. Now, one more question, and then we'll extend this till we go to break. We got a couple of more minutes before we go to break. Let's talk a little bit about cemeteries. Do you believe that some cemeteries can be haunted?
I feel they all are.
Really?
Every single one.
Okay, now.
Too many bodies, Tony. Too many spirits have been buried there. You mean to tell me not one?
No,
I know you probably believe it too. I'm saying, like, dumb motherfuckers, like, bro, there's thousands and thousands of bodies there. Like motherfuckers stay. You know what I mean? If they don't want to move on, you know what it is. They're all haunted. All of them.
Have you ever heard, or have you ever talked to anyone about any experiences about that? Think about that one for a second, because I've had friends that have told me that they've seen people there supposedly working there, and then when they go to, I guess, the mortuary part of the cemetery, oh yeah, there was a man over there cutting grass. Oh no, the janitors were here yesterday. The maintenance, landscapers. Oh no, there was a man over there. No, that man has been seen here before, but he doesn't work for us. Okay, wait a minute, but does he work? He goes, no, but what I'm trying to tell you, our landscapers were here yesterday. There's no landscapers here today. That man has been reported being seen here by multiple people in different parts of the cemetery. So maybe he was a landscaper and he just didn't feel he was ready to go. I don't know.
Yeah.
But this lady said, that shared the story with me, that her mom actually talked to him.
What?
Yes, and he was like, hola, como, in Spanish, hola, ¿cómo está? Hola, ¿cómo está? And he was like with a weed whacker, and yeah, and so they went back out there and he wasn't out there. So I've heard stories like that, but, and I've seen some where, let me rephrase that. I've been told that people have seen stuff like where they turn around and by a tombstone, there's a man standing there, but you can actually see right through him.
Yeah.
It's not like a human like this other one.
Yeah, it's like a
silhouette, I guess, and that they've seen that stuff, but it's like they see it and then it's no longer there.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Would you want to see anything?
Nah. I'm good. Like, if I did, I'd be like, oh, fuck. I like watching other people look for that shit. I don't want to look for that shit, I like being safe. Like I'm safe and sound. Like, you motherfuckers go in.
Right.
Fuck that shit.
Well, let me ask you something. We're talking about cemeteries. Do you feel comfortable going to cemeteries?
Yeah. I was just at one on Sunday.
Really?
Yeah.
See, to me, it's very, very hard to go visit loved ones. I can't. Mm-hmm. I just can't. It's very, very tough. And then here's what I call myself doing. Leaving, visiting my loved ones, I start reading tombstones. And I start reading, I see women, I see men, I see children, and I think to myself, I wonder what kind of people were they? Like, what did they die of? How did they die? All these crazy things, and I see a boy that died at 3 years old. And I'm thinking, he didn't even live, okay? So, to me, it just saddens me. I can't do it. Mm-hmm. I saw one time leaving, once again, visiting my loved ones there, and I'm leaving, and I see this family. It looked like a mother with 2 daughters, and they were crying, and then I heard them cussing. So I walked up to them, and I just said it. I don't know why I said it, but I said, is everything okay? And then one of the girls, the mom and the daughter didn't talk to me, but one of the daughters said, we were here a couple of days ago visiting our brother that was killed, and we said it was his birthday, and we set up his thing like a birthday, He says, and the guys that killed him, other gang members, they keep coming over here, and they keep fucking up everything for him, even now that he's dead.
How fucking disrespectful, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that family can't even have peace, and he's no longer even here. That guys that I guess the guys that, did whatever they did to him, yeah. They keep coming to the cemetery, and they urinate, whatever, all on, So
Fucking like just that's a piece of shit right there.
yeah,
That right there, that's scum.
yeah,
You know?
exactly. So
That's worse than like a PC and shit, I think. You know, just like fuck, you're just a fucking piece of shit, homie.
paranormal cowards.
Yeah, just
Okay.
shit like that. It's like, come on, man, you gotta have some kind of fucking respect for yourself as a person.
Right.
You know,
Right.
just that shit ain't gangster, homie. Like, I don't know. To me,
Yeah.
that's bitch ass shit, fool.
Yeah.
Why don't you come do that shit when they're being visited?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're gonna wait till it's fucking all safe and safe. To me, that's just bitch ass shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking hate people like that.
Okay. Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and take a 5-minute intermission break. We're gonna come right back up with a couple of more questions, then we'll take some calls.
Okay.
So,
My favorite part.
okay, everyone, make sure that you guys go get yourself something to drink. We're going to take a 5-minute intermission break. I want to thank everybody that's tuned in. I want to thank everybody that's on the live chat, everybody that's liked, subscribed, shared, called someone, and told them that we are live on this Freaky Friday, episode 29, with Tony the Wizard, your host, and KUJO the Savage, a.k.a.
The pelvic sorcerer.
We'll be back. And welcome back, everyone, to Freaky Tales Podcast, episode 29. I'm here with the pelvic sorcerer, KUJO the Savage.
What up, what up, what up?
The reason why we took a little extra long because we were having technical difficulties with the phone calls, but we were able to get that up, and we will be taking phone calls when the phone number is up. Don't call beforehand because I will just hang up on you. Okay, so other than that, once again, we want to thank everybody for coming through and being a part of Freaky Tales Podcast. Everybody who's liked, subscribed, commented, disliked, whatever, it doesn't matter. You guys are still here. You guys are watching. Other than that, the pelvic sorcerer, how are you enjoying your Friday night?
I'm loving it. I love being here, especially on a Freaky Tales, man. It's one of my favorite things to do, especially on Friday nights. I'm not like everyone else, so it's like Friday nights, like, oh yeah, party. I mean, because I party all every fucking day.
Right.
So like days like this is kind of cool. Just kick
with
back.
the mask and without the mask.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So earlier we talked about if you could sit down with Richard Ramirez, Jeffrey Dahmer, Charles Manson, O.J. Simpson, the Menendez brother, and Satan himself. Mm-hmm. Just giving the people a quick recap. Also, do you believe, in spirits, energies that stay in homes when people are murdered in those homes? Mm-hmm. We talked about that. And moving along, do you believe that watching scary movies can attract or even allow evil spirits in? Talked about that. And right before we went to our intermission break, cemeteries. Do you believe in haunted cemeteries? So now we come to my next freaky question for you. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I really want you to think about this.
Okay.
Okay. Here's my freaky question of the night. If you can, would you want someone back from the dead?
Yeah, a few people.
Just one.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have to tell me who it is.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, say that this person, now we're dealing with the hypothetical scenario. Say that this person has been gone now for 10 years. Mm-hmm. Would you still want them back?
Depending on the person, if I know that they would have wanted to come back.
Okay.
Or ones they were already content.
Okay, now a different part of the question. Would you want them back physically? Okay, like the way me and you are? Mm-hmm. Or would you just want to talk to them and visit them in a vision or in a dream? But it could be real, mm-hmm. just not physical. Let's just say that you had, a friend that passed, okay? Mm-hmm. And I say that respectfully because I know you did have mm-hmm. a friend, okay? And you never got closure, or you guys never really got to talk, Would you want to be able to sit across from him once again? Or would you just let me fall asleep and let me go visit him and talk?
I would want him in the flesh.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. Say you could bring him back for an hour. Would that be good enough for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And after that hour, he disappears. But for meanwhile, if he wanted, he could eat, he could drink, mm-hmm. he could laugh and talk with you. Would that be worth it?
Yes, sir.
Now, here's my thing. There's a story that I've read that a man had a close friend and he wanted to reach him.
Mm-hmm. On the other side, right?
Right. He had already passed. But he felt lost without his friend. Like, he really, really felt lost without his friend. Mm-hmm. He went to go visit a witch. And he told him, this is my friend, this is his picture, this is his belongings, whatever she can use to conjure him up. Mm-hmm. Okay. And said, okay. And after a little while, the friend appeared to him.
Like physically?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Okay. But he just told him, when he appeared, you cannot touch me. And he just said his name. He said, you know what? I'm lost without you. I need you. You left me by myself. Mm-hmm. And the response that he got was not the one he was looking for. He said, I am at peace. Why do you disturb me? I hear you, but you don't let me rest. Go upon your life and let me go upon mine now. He said, because if you continue to conjure me or to bring me up, you will end up where I'm at. And it wasn't, this individual didn't get closure because he wanted that old buddy back that was here with him. But he has to understand wherever this person went, he's a different person now. He doesn't live in this realm anymore of ours. So possibly things different, sees things differently. Maybe even might even see his friend as a waste of time. Mm-hmm. Could you deal with something like that? If they told you, what do you want?
Well, I would understand. I would understand 100%. It would definitely open my eyes up, and now I would have more knowledge about how they feel when they move on,
Right.
But as of right now, I don't. So I don't think that who I would if I was that guy and I did that, I don't think who I would choose to have appear would act like that even in the afterlife.
Okay.
Because he knows our relationship,
Okay. Now, my thing, of course, for me, the first things that come to my mind would be either my mother or, my father. But I think to myself, like, would I really want to see them again? Like, really, what if it does me more damage than good? In a sense, like, but why do you have to leave? You know what I'm saying? Will I ever see you again? Type of, I just don't know if I could get all my answers. Mm-hmm. What if they don't talk and I just see them and they just hear me out? Because we don't know what the outcome is if we ever were given that opportunity.
Yeah, you don't know.
And I think I would leave more hurt if I saw my mother and she didn't talk to me. In my dreams, when I dream my mother, she never talks to me.
Really?
Yeah, she never talks to me, and it leaves me hurt.
Yeah.
I've yelled at my mother, like,
talk to me,
pay attention to me, I'm here. And it's times that she rarely even looks at me, but I see her.
Yeah, it's funny because with when I dream about my father, it's kind of the same thing. Like, he'll shrug me off.
Yeah, so I don't know if I want to see that person, in the flesh and not talk to me. I think it'll drive me more crazy if I didn't get answers.
Yeah.
Now, oh man, because I've had like a lot of dreams and where my mother never spoke to me and my father never spoke to me. So why that is, I don't know. Do you believe that we can get messages
through dreams?
Yes.
Yes.
Warnings, that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm. I do. I've been waiting for my cousin to visit me in my dreams, but what I also feel is that, like, they're only given, like, I feel like, it probably takes a lot of energy for them to have to conjure up to do that. So they probably have to wait a certain amount of time and then choose specifically who they're going to use that energy they gathered up. I mean, I would think he'd go to his mom, first, or,
Yeah.
I'm probably, third or fourth, but, from his mom, dad, and brother, but then I would think, okay, he's going to, but I feel like, okay, let's just say we're in the afterlife, right? And we're like, and it's weird too. A bunch of weird shit has happened since my cousin has passed, like just different, like just coincidences and shit.
Right.
But I won't get too into that, or I'll tell you off camera, but just like, let's just say it's us, right? And I'm pretty sure God's like, okay, motherfucker, you can't go all fucking ballistic and start just, going at, because everybody would,
Right.
Here, I'll give you one. And you got to wait this long. And this is how you gather up the energy, this kind of energy to appear in a dream. And if you think that's a lot, imagine how much you have to take to appear like as a fucking figure. You know what I mean? You probably, it's energy. Like that's how they do appear, right? Like even bad ones or good ones, right? It's all energy. So I would think that it has to do with that too as well. Like they have to get enough of that. I don't know. I'd be thinking too deep into that shit.
Okay, well, this is the platform to talk on it. So, again, I don't know if I would want to, have them come visit me, but it's weird. I was told by a friend a long time ago that if he ever died, he started playing around. He goes, I'm going to make sure to come back and pull your legs.
What a fucking dick, huh?
Yeah, and you know what? Like, couple of weeks later after he died, I felt things like that.
Really?
Yeah, I felt things like that. And
probably because he wanted you to know it was him. Don't do that, huh?
You don't do that. Don't do that. I literally have felt that. And I've seen a lot of stuff that I still have yet to have ever shared on Freaky Tales. Mm-hmm. But I'll be honest with you, this may go a little too deep for people. It is my belief, okay, or should I say my opinion, that some people believe that when you die, that you get to hang around if you want. Some people say, well, do you go to heaven or you go to hell?
Well, I kind of agree with that, but I don't think you get to hang around forever.
Okay.
I think God gives you a little grace period for the person's grieving. The one that died, they're grieving.
Okay.
Maybe a month or maybe not even that, just, a little bit. Just for them to be ready to,
Okay. Now, then some people say, well, there's purgatory. There's different beliefs. And then some people say, well, it's, how do you say? You just cease to exist. Everything just goes black.
Yeah, I can't see that happening.
See, and I'm going to tell you why I cannot see that happening. It's because if you just cease to exist, then let's be honest, then life right now is meaningless. Mm-hmm. It's meaningless. There is nothing after, so...
do whatever you want. Murder everyone.
Why try to be good?
Yeah.
You could live bad if you want,
Nothing gonna happen.
Nothing ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's that. Now, to the best of your ability, what do you think happens when a person dies?
I don't know. I think their soul leaves their body. I think they're able to see everything. I feel like they're in a realm like how the movies make it seem.
Right.
I believe it is like that. Like Ghost, the movie Ghost.
Right.
Or he can't I feel like it's like that.
Now what if I were to die tonight, do I get to choose, who has these answers? Do I get to choose? Can I hang around?
I think you probably get told. It's like somebody an angel greets you, or whatever, like as soon as you leave your body, there's an angel there, or something's there.
Right. Okay.
Whether it's bad or good or something,
Right.
And they just let you know the rundown.
Now here's a scary question. Okay, and these are questions that people tend to stay away from. I don't. Mm-hmm. I want to ask. I'm not trying to be mean, but I want to ask. Who goes to hell?
Only God knows, I guess.
Yeah.
I would think just people who are evil.
Okay.
Evil people.
Now, I have to ask, give me your best definition of evil.
Just the intent to destroy and hurt.
Okay. That's a good one.
Yeah, just the intent to do malevolent things to humans, animals, anything that has been created to just torture it, to torture it slash destroy it slash just, you know?
Right. See, people will automatically will say, people like Richard Ramirez, people like Charles Manson, people like Hitler. Okay, and I can tend to agree. I mean, do I have a hell to put people in? No. But on this side, at least that's what we think, like those kind of people, okay? But what if you never killed anyone and you were just a bad person?
I mean, shit, I think you go to hell.
Now, what does it take? And I like these freaky questions.
I think it's a judgment of your soul, like they say. Like someone who's never killed anybody could still have malintent in their heart and want to do horrible things to people, and they just never got the chance to do it.
Right.
But I think God, you can't lie to God. No, God judges you by your soul, no matter your actions. That's what I feel. Like who you really are, that you can't hide.
Very, very true. You know, it's funny. I saw something on the internet not too long ago, and it said this. It said you can lie to your friends, you can lie to your family, you can lie on social media, but that mirror in the bathroom is cold-blooded. You can look at yourself every day in the mirror and know who you are. You can go online and make it seem like you're this beautiful guy. You know? And then he'll ask you, can you help me get in my car? I have a broken arm. And as soon as you try to help him, clink.
Yeah.
You know, now let's just say you never do that, what, you know, Ted Bundy did. But those intentions are there. You know, I think you'll be judged by those intentions, you know, by what's in your heart.
Yeah.
Now, here's another crazy question. You know, and I know we don't have the answers, but I like to just pitch these questions.
Brains,
yeah. Who gets to go to heaven?
People that have good intentions, people that have good souls, their souls pure. They did have good intentions while they were on earth. They wanted to do good. They really didn't care. Like, people get hurt. Don't get me wrong. You know, this is LA, but just I think people with the, you know, they were they just wanted to be. They deep down wanted to be good people, regardless of what their actions said. They really did want to be a good person.
Right.
You know,
I met somebody on the street years ago. And he asked me these two questions. Who goes to hell and who goes to heaven? I didn't know how to answer them. I'll be honest with you. This was years ago. So he asked me, are you going to heaven? That's what he asked me. And I said, yeah, I guess. He said, you guess? Wouldn't you want to know? And I said, well, who knows? That's what I asked him. So who knows? And he said, well, he goes, this is how most people see it. If you ask them, are you a good man? They'll say, well, yeah, you know, I try to be good, but, you know, there's a guy down the street, you know, I'm not like him, though.
Oh, trying to compare yourself to.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, he said, that's how most people do it. Then he said this, do you believe you're good enough to go to heaven? That's what he asked me. And I just said,
I don't think so. I mean, I'm speaking for myself. I don't think I'm good enough to go to heaven, but if I'm granted to go, then, you know, then I'm blessed. You can't. You don't decide where you go. You know. Oh, right. I think I would go. Nah. You just see when it happens. You know.
Now, being raised up Catholic, this is the way we always thought. As long as your good outweighs the bad, you're going. You know. This one guy told me this. He said, "When I get to heaven," he was bragging. He was boastful. When I get to heaven, God's going to bring out this big old long list of all the good things I've done. And I said, really? He said, yeah. And I said, what about when he brings out the long list of all the bad things you've done? And he said, but I've done more good than bad. He goes, so God has a scale?
Yeah.
And he said, yeah.
He's a Libra?
Yeah. He said, yeah. And I said, how do you know that? I said, and you're willing, and I wasn't saying that he was wrong.
Yeah, you're willing to bet your life on it.
Yeah. I said, but like, what makes you believe that? And he was like, well, I just believe that God is fair and he's going to outweigh it. And I said, so you're saying that you're good enough to go? And he said, yes. Okay. That's what he said.
People that don't go.
Okay. So this individual on the street asked me, do you believe you're good enough to go to heaven? And I said, I don't think I'm good enough. And he said, and you're right. Here's what he said. And this one really, really messed with my mind. He said, because there are no good people in heaven. This is just a story that I have that somebody shared with me. And I said, there's not? So I said, who's in heaven then if no good people are there? And he said, I'm glad you asked. He said, the only people that are in heaven are people that have been forgiven.
Yeah. Perfect.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
I was like, I never heard it like
We
that.
all sinned.
Because we all think I'm good enough. You know, my good outweighs the bad. I mean, what if the scales are even?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Purgatory.
That's what he said. And I said, then who's going to pray you out? Well, you guys. Nah, I ain't praying for you, homie. You know, but yeah, purgatory. Like, and we don't even know if that's even true.
If that exists, yeah.
You know, if some people say, yes, it does exist, me being a skeptic, I want proof.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, hell yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I think that, like what you said, you know, none of us are good enough. You know, you have to have that kind of mindset and just, you know, if you make it through, then, hey, shit, you got to expect the worst, hope for the best, you know? and you know, if you're worth being forgiven, then you were worth being forgiven, you know?
Right.
Then
right.
you go.
You know, here's another question there, and we're switching it up to a little bit of eschatology. Eschatology means study of the end times. Okay. And this is one question that a lot of people have been asking a lot lately, especially with the vaccination that they want to push on people. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you believe, or do you ever think about, and this is for the people in the live chat, everybody in the live chat, I'm asking you, you could put a yes or a no, and Alex will also post it up on the live chat. Do you believe, live chat, that are we living in the last days? So Alex, go ahead and post it up, and then before the end of the show, let me know what the percentage is. Are we living in the last days?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay, you don't
There's
think
a few
so?
more centuries left, I think.
You think so?
Yeah, not a lot, but a few more.
Okay, now, here's where I play skeptic on that. Because I believe we are. Okay? But what leads you to believe, it's only fair enough that I ask you that, and then you can ask me why I believe. What leads you to believe that we're not?
I just feel like a lot more disasters would be happening. A lot more. Like, we would feel that. We would feel it, dude. Like tsunamis all the fucking time. Fucking crazy earthquakes all the time.
But for a moment, we were experiencing stuff like that.
Well, then we got our shit together. We need to keep fucking fly straight. I remember 2012. That movie scared me so fucking bad. I was a kid. I was like a young teenager when that came out. That movie fucking scared the fuck out of me. Like, just to see how, like, shit just crumbling, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I was terrified. No one had a chance. Well, I would have took my ass to Korea. I hopped on one of the fucking boats.
Right.
Kicked that fucking fat kid out the way and took his spot.
Right. Okay. Me, I just see a lot of things playing out almost like another piece of the puzzle's coming together. Another piece of the puzzle's coming together. And I've been seeing it for many, many years. Mm-hmm. One day I want to have a full-on conversation with someone just on the study of the end times, meaning I believe that one day there will be a man that will rise out of nowhere, okay? And people would know him or call him the Antichrist. Mm-hmm. Okay. The Antichrist, and I don't want to give away too much because I'm trying to save it for this show, okay, for eventually. It's going to be someone that the Bible talks about. He is Satan possessed, not demonically possessed, but Satan himself possessed. Now that's kind of scary, and I'll tell you why. Because, and what makes it very, very interesting for our audience is that in the Bible, and you can look it up, people can Google this. There's only been two people that have been Satan possessed.
Himself, yeah.
Judas and the Antichrist. And the book of Revelation, I believe, is still in the future. And if you understand that book, and again, I'm not encouraging people that they have to believe the way I believe, okay? But I believe that he I believe he's alive. I believe he's alive today.
Really?
I truly do believe he's alive today. I don't know if he knows that he's Satan possessed yet, but you know.
It's me,
But yeah.
motherfucker.
But you know what? I do believe that he is alive, and so I don't know why somebody keeps calling me, but I do believe that he is alive, and I can't wait till we have a special on that, because I want to go through what little I know and what Bible scholars have said, and just end time scholars have said about this individual. You know, that he is, and he will force people. He will make people take the mark of the beast. That's another study within itself.
Like brand them and shit?
Yeah, either on your right hand or on your forehead. Most people have speculated that it's a chip, the RFID chip. Okay. The reason why on your forehead, because your head is the hottest part of your body, and that heat will allow that lithium battery to continue to run until you die and go cold, and then that ends there. Okay. You cannot buy, trade, or sell unless you have that mark. Some people.
It's a necessity.
It's a necessity. Now think about this. They're saying, whether this is true or not, that you're not going to be able to enter certain places, do business, unless you have that vaccination. Okay.
This corona shit is the start of this shit.
Okay. Now let's look at it. I'm not saying that this vaccination is the mark of the beast, but what I am saying, it could be a prelude, a beginning to it. You know, that it gets people so used to
having to do this shit, yeah.
In order for you to conduct business, okay? So, for those of you who want to read it, Revelation 13. So, revelation means like the uncovering or the unmasking of something. You know, when I used to go to a theater as a kid, they used to, before you saw the white theater, there used to be a curtain that used to go up, okay? Like a curtain. And the movie had already started playing, just the beginning of it. Like so-and-so Touchstone Pictures presents, you know, and then the curtain's going up. That's the way I see the end times. I believe that the curtain is going up, and we're as kids looking, okay, I want to see more. I want to see more. And it's slowly going up. That's what revelation means, the uncovering of something. So I say as we get deeper and deeper into, you know, the last days, we're starting to see more. And I'll share a little bit more with you off camera, because I'm trying to save it for our special. So the end time special, Antichrist special, the mark of the beast special.
Get the fuck out of here special.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Let me go ahead and turn on the Bluetooth. Go ahead, Alex, and set up the phone calls. Okay. Let me know when you're ready, Alex. Let me know. Let me see. So, all right. So, caller, we have maybe about 25 minutes. If you guys want to call, you guys want to share your freaky stories, the number is on the screen. Give us time. Make sure when you call, you turn down your TV.
Because of the feedback.
Yes.
You guys probably can't hear it, but we can hear it loud.
We can hear it loud. Okay. Here we go. Caller. Hello, are you there?
Hey, Tony. How are y'all? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, sir. How you doing? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Escondido.
Escondido. How you doing tonight?
Pretty good. And how about you two?
Good. We're just enjoying ourselves right here on this Freaky Friday, episode 29 with the pelvic sorcerer, KUJO the Savage.
What's up, man? I'm doing good.
What up, Kujo? Cool. So, hey, Tony, do you remember in previous episodes when you brought up the Hat Man?
Yes.
Top hat guy, right?
So, it was about a picture, and when you told that, it reminded me of a story that I wanted to share. It happened to my uncle.
Yeah, please share.
So my uncle at the time, he was dating my tia, who is now his wife. And this takes place in your typical ranch in Mexico that's isolated from the main town, which is about 10 minutes away. And the story goes that he went to visit her one time. This was back in the day. And he rode his bike to her house. He stayed there till it got late. It was dark. And on his way back home, he encountered a guy on a horse that was wearing a charro style hat. Till this day, he calls this the story of El Charro. And when he encountered him, he was on this path that was so narrow that they were forced to come face to face.
Wow.
So what my uncle had to do was he had to step off of his bike and step to the side to let him walk by. And this person or this thing, whatever it was, told him apenas, as if to say, you're barely going home.
Yeah.
And my uncle, he didn't think much of it. He just said, sí, apenas. But he said that as he went home and got closer to his house, he was like, who was this person? He wasn't able to see his face, just kind of like the silhouette. Again, it was dark. Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
But also, like, how did he know he was barely going back home? You know what I mean?
Right. How did he know him?
Right. And he never heard from him again. He never saw him again. No one ever knew who this person or thing was.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Wow. Well, you know what? I'm glad you shared that with us, man. You know, yeah, I'm glad you shared.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I'm glad you took time.
So I just thought,
no, yeah, you thought you shared, man, and I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. Is there anything else?
Thank you.
Anything else to this story that you wanted to add?
I just wanted to say that it reminded me of the Hat Man because I thought, oh, maybe it's like a Mexican version of the Hat Man. Who knows, you know? But
right.
That's it.
Okay, man. Thank you for calling, bro. Greatly appreciate it. So have a blessed night, and hopefully we'll talk again.
All right. Thank you. Later.
Yeah, we appreciate.
Pretty good. And how about you two?
Good. Yeah, Alex, you got to turn that down, my friend. Okay, so callers, the number is on the screen, so make sure you call, share a story, try to keep it short. Here we go. We got another caller. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Are you there? Caller, are you there? Give you a couple of more seconds. If not, we'll hang up and try again. Okay, here we go.
Cool. So, hey, Tony, do you remember in previous
Why do I still keep getting feedback? From what? Okay. Okay, we got another call. Hold on. Hello, caller. Caller, are you there? Okay, we're getting the calls. Here's what I'm going to do. Let me restart my Bluetooth. Sometimes that's what it does. So, caller, if you're listening to us, give us a quick second. Do not call. Give us about 30 seconds tops. Okay, well, 10 seconds. Here we go. Okay, let me unplug. What should I say? Oh, I still say unplug. Disconnect the Bluetooth. Okay, here it goes again. Okay, the Bluetooth. Let me Roadcaster. All right. We are connected now. Done. We can now take calls. So go for it. All you guys that want to call, have a question. Here we go. Let's try that again. Let's see. Hello, caller. Here we go.
Hello.
Yes, caller. Where are you calling from?
Tony, what's up, man? This is Jose Diaz calling from Yuma, Arizona. Again.
Yuma, Arizona. How you doing?
Good, man. Hey, man. So I was listening to the topic right now about the last days.
Yes.
I was just watching this show on Hulu called Nostradamus.
Yes.
Highly recommend it, man.
Okay.
It really talks about all these viruses, and it also talks about the last days, about how the world is going to end. Different simulations about how the world ends.
Okay.
It's a pretty good show, man.
You know what? I also want you to look. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And I do believe these are the last days. I mean, this vaccination is the beginning of the mark of the beast.
Yes.
There's more to come. I believe this is just a little test.
Yes.
But there's more to come, I believe.
I agree. You know, let me say this about Nostradamus, because I've studied the writings of Nostradamus. And it's not my place to call anybody anything, but what I did and what a lot of people do not do, look up the predictions that he made and how many of them did not come to pass.
A lot of them didn't?
No. He actually has more on the negative than on the positive.
Wow.
Now, I just, everything that I just shared with you is public knowledge. You can Google everything I just shared.
Yes, sir.
Here's the crazy part. By most people, Nostradamus was considered a prophet. Now, if we believe in the Bible, in the Old Testament, if you had one wrong, you would be stoned to death.
Wow.
That's
Yep.
it. So I just want you to look at that because my whole thing is this: that sometimes,
I'll definitely look into that. Yeah.
yes, it pays off to be
And
skeptical.
it tripped me out that
Go
a
ahead.
lot of the stuff that they were explaining on the show was I'm not gonna say accurate, but I mean there's things that have happened. Maybe it was a little bit, but not too much. I believe so too.
Yeah.
Like there was a card he was into tarot card reading.
Yes.
He would throw his cards, and one of the cards, one of them was the tower, the burning tower,
I've heard that.
and
too.
it was they compare that to the twin towers.
Yeah. Yeah. They even compared that he wrote even Hitler's name. There's a lot of things that they've said that he's predicted, but a lot of people never look at the ones that never came to pass. So thank you for calling, man, from Yuma,
Oh yeah,
Arizona.
man! Big fan, man. Keep it up, guys.
Thank
Big
you,
fan,
man.
public social.
Thank you.
Later, guys. Have a good
Nice
night.
All right, you too.
Okay, calls. We're going to continue to call. I like it that it doesn't necessarily have to pertain to everything what we're talking about, but they keep calling because they want to share. So, hello. How you doing tonight?
Hi, Tony. How are you?
I'm good. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
This is Candace from Bakersfield. It's Candace.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Bakersfield in the
Candace,
house.
how you doing?
Hi, I'm good. I was calling to share a story.
Yes.
Well, the story's actually, it's not, it didn't happen to me, but it happened to my husband's Thea. For everybody that's from like Kern County, from Bakersfield, Wasco, Delano, you know, we all know the story. There's a road called Kimberlina Road. It's off of Highway 46, right, babe? Yeah, Highway 46. And well, on this road, one night, well, everybody's heard the story before, but like his Thea was driving, and there's this ghost, like this lady ghost, and she'll just like appear in the back seat of your car. And yeah, so like his Thea said, like she was just driving, she was going home, and the next thing you know, like, you know, and she, like, you know how you have your rear view mirror? And she
Yes.
looks back there and she can see, like, the lady was just back there sitting in the back seat. Like, you know, she's just pitching a ride with you, you know? Other people have said that that's happened to them before. Some people have said they've just seen her, like, walking on the side of the road, but you'll, like, keep driving and then you'll see her again walking, and then you'll keep going and you'll see her again. Like, it's just, and there's been like a lot of wrecks on that road, like a lot.
You know what? This is the first time I'm hearing this. You know, is this available where like I can Google this?
Oh, you know what? I don't know. I think you might be able to, but I never tried it. This is just stories that we've heard here.
Yes.
And then, like I said, like it happened to my husband, Thea, and, like a few of his cousins have said like they've seen her walking like on the side of the road because his family is from like the Wasco area, you know?
Okay. If you happen to find anything, a link or anything, and if you follow the Freaky Tales podcast Instagram, can you send it to me there?
Yeah.
Okay, if you find anything.
If you want to search stuff up in Bakersfield, you'll find like a shitload of stuff on, there's a park here. What's it called? The Central Park, you know, some lady got murdered there, and they say that they see her, you know, in the night, like running, like if she's running, like
From
scared from somebody, like trying to murder her. Yeah, yeah, and it's on the internet. You can look that up.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's funny because there's a park over you know, in our area too over here. It's called Polywog. You ever heard of that one, Tony? I heard that one's haunted too.
So, yeah, well, thank you for calling and sharing. It gave me something to think about now. I'm going to have to look into that, and maybe we can make a little special on that. So greatly appreciate you guys. You guys have a blessed night out there in Bakersfield. Greatly appreciate you guys calling.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, you too. Thanks.
Wow, I would hate to see somebody running through a park and then somebody appear in your back seat.
Oh, they say that's scary right there.
Yeah.
Probably it's all dark and shit. You see the hair.
I mean, the reason why they
Oh,
probably
fuck
crash
that.
is because they turn around and see the person before you know it. They turn around, wreck into a car. So,
Or just you pass them and you keep going and you pass them again, and then a third fucking time. Fuck that shit.
okay, here we go. We got another caller. Hello, caller. How you doing? Where are you calling from? Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Okay. Call back. Okay. We got a couple of more minutes. Let's see how many more minutes we got. We got about 15 more minutes, so we could take about 3-4 more calls. Let's see. Hello, caller. Okay. Still nothing. I'm still connected to the Wi-Fi, so nothing. Okay, let me just try that again, because sometimes it does that. I don't know how it loses connection. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Okay, the roadcaster, doing that again. Connected, done. Let's answer, see if he's there. Hello, caller.
Hey, yo, can you hear me?
Yes, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, man? My name is Marv. I'm from Sacramento, California.
What's up, Marv?
Sacramento, California, in the house.
Hey, what's up, brother, man? For one, I just want to say I love your podcast, bro. KUJO, you that nigga, bro. I'm from Rolling.
Thank you.
You know, if you ever come out here, drinks on me.
Oh, sounds good.
Sounds good, brother. You got a
I'll have to
story
go
or
over there
Alright,
after
look,
a
this.
question?
Yeah, I don't really have a question, bro, but I actually have a creepy-ass story, man. I actually was thinking about writing an autobiography about my life because I've seen a lot of creepy shit going up.
Okay.
So, really, all this stuff started when my aunt came from Mexico. She used to babysit me a lot because she was my mom's younger sister. And I remember her coming from Mexico telling me about duendes and all this shit, right? And I remember one time, and I remember one time we were sleeping on the couch in my living room, and she had just came home from clubbing, you know, like kind of late at night. And I used to sleepwalk a lot. And honestly, I'm gonna email you, Tony, because I got a long ass story. But long story short, I woke up inside my dad's minivan, and in the back of the minivan,
Yeah.
I saw like a little person telling me like, "Hey, come here." But I was so young, I just got in the house and I ran, dude. Like that's all I really remember, and I remember a lot of paranormal stuff happening around that house when I was living there. And I'm gonna just email you, Tony.
All good, man. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. You know, I want you to include, if possible, because everything for me is in the details.
Yeah, what did he look like?
That's my thing.
That's what I was gonna. I didn't want to cut you off, brother, but I wanted. Like, what the fuck did he look like?
Hey, honestly, dude, he looked like fucking Chucky from Child's Play. I'm gonna keep it so solid.
Like they don't have the pointy like gremlin. Do they look like a gremlin, or do they have like a little witch, like a witch face, or?
No, he just said he looked like Chucky.
He looked like Chucky. I want to say he was like, he had the little bushy hair, but I was so young, dude. But I remember a lot of stuff happening at the house, man. Like I remember a lot of stuff happening, and like my grandma, she used to mess with the Ouija board and brujeria and shit like that. And I used to always just be scared of it. But I remember her telling me stories about her in Mexico and how they would pull her under the bed. Y quién sabe qué, you know what I mean?
Wow.
But from my personal experience, I've seen a lot of things, man. Like, I've seen a lot of creepy things, bro. And I didn't even expect for you guys to answer my call. I was just driving down my street.
All good, man. I'm glad you called.
Badass story, man.
Yeah, thank you for calling and being a part of the show tonight, man. Appreciate you. Okay, you have a blessed night.
Joe, you that dude, man. Tony, you. All right, man. You too.
Thanks,
All right,
brother.
bro. Okay. We got a couple of more minutes if we want to take a couple of more phone calls. Anybody wants to call? Let me see. Is there somebody calling right now? No. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Hello, caller. Who's this and where are you calling from? Hello? Hello, hello?
Try your Wi-Fi thing again, you think?
Okay. Call back, please. Let's see. I don't know why, if it does, how it disconnects, but let's see. Bam. Doing that again. Okay, got it. Bam. Let's go. Let's go again. Hello, caller.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Where are you calling from, brother?
You're calling from Tempe, Arizona?
Tempe, Arizona. I haven't been
And,
there since the 90s.
Yeah. So, what's up, KUJO? And basically,
What's up,
I
man?
just have a story I want to share.
Yes.
Hey, what up, man? What up, Tony?
Yes, sir.
Back then, of course, just being a knucklehead, I was, always in and out of juvie. And one night I just happened to land in there. And when you get in there, normally at this place, there's a place they call it adjustment. So before they put you in 2-man cells or the dorms, you get to the adjustment cell, so you're by yourself. And it's like a long row. And so one night I don't know what I probably did. I'm sure it was probably something dumb. And just got in there just like any other night, and I was just laying down, and next thing you know, it was like I had a panic attack, and I couldn't really breathe, and I tried to yell at the detention officers.
Yeah.
I was trying to get up and even bang the door, yell, do whatever. I just couldn't do anything, and my body just kind of like locked,
Yeah.
And so they, I was just tripping. One was when I came out of it. I didn't want to go to sleep, and I was thinking like, what happened? So, anyways, later I found out that I wasn't the only one that went through that, and it's always that adjustment cell at the end. So, what I learned is that some kid at the time just hung himself.
Oh wow!
And when he hung himself, I think what we all agree, because other people that I met up was like, "Oh man, I had that happen to him." It's like, I think I was feeling what that kid was going through when he was dying, when he hung himself, and he tried to reach out to the guards and try to get some attention. But I wasn't the only one. This happened in Yuma, Arizona too.
Okay.
And just wanted to share that story.
Okay, man. Thank you for calling and sharing that story, Vivian. Anything you want to add, Kujo, or anything?
Nah, man, that was a great story.
Just shout out to everybody in the comments. El Boo-Boo.
El Boo-Boo. All good. All good. All right, man. Thank you. You have a blessed night.
You too, brother. Peace out.
All right. Yes. We'll take one more phone call. We got time. Who's going to be the lucky caller? Who wants to talk to the pelvic sorcerer? Call in now. Here we go. 323. Hello. Caller.
Hello.
Yes. Where are you calling from?
Yeah. Montebello.
Montebello. How you doing? You got a story for us? You're the last caller of the night.
Yeah. Hey, Tony, what's cracking, man? What's up, Kujo? This is Wailu.
I knew it was you. What's up, fool?
Yeah, you already know what's cracking. But check it out. I got a crazy ass fucking story. I got a shitload of stories, man. I'm very spiritual and shit. But when I was younger, and this shit happened to my whole family and shit. We all were watching like a family movie in the living room, and it wasn't even like a horror movie or anything. It was just a real cool movie. And whatever, me and my two sisters fell asleep in the living room. My mom went into her room, and my sister woke up like at 2:30 in the morning. And in my living room, I live in an apartment, so the living room connects to the kitchen, so you can see straight into the kitchen. And my sister said she saw I'm still knocked the fuck out. My sister said she saw like a guy with a hat on and some kind of like animal standing next to him, and she got scared. She ran into my mom's room and fucking bolted. My mom's like, "You're tripping. You probably had a nightmare. Go back to sleep." And then I'm still knocked out. I woke up like at 3 something. I felt like something was watching me. I turned my back, and I swear to God, I'm staring at something. He was kind of dressed like a cowboy. He had a hat on, and it looked like a bull, like sitting right there next to him. And I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And then I just I got scared and shit. I was like maybe like 11, 12 years old. I got scared as fuck. I ran straight to my mom's room and fucking, go to my mom. She's like, "What the fuck? Like, again, the second time? Stop. You guys just stop messing with me. You guys just go to sleep." And then maybe I'm trying to go to sleep, and then maybe like 20, 30 minutes, my little sister starts to scream like loud as fuck. "Ah, what the fuck is going on?" And fucking she runs into my mom's room, and then at this time, my mom was a single parent, so she's like, "Yo, what the fuck? There's a man in the house." She grabs the bat, and then we all go to the kitchen,
and there is nobody there. But we all three saw the same thing at a different time. Like a man, cowboy with a hat and a bull kind of next to him.
But like standing like a bull? Was it standing like a bull, fool, or it was like on 2 feet?
Nah. So the guy was just standing straight, looking at us. Kind of had like red eyes and shit. And the bull was like maybe like up to his knees, and he was just standing, like just sitting next to him, like a dog would be.
Oh, okay.
And they were just fucking staring at us.
Now let me
all
ask you
three of
this.
us saw the same shit.
So we have 3 witnesses that saw the same thing. Now, my next question is, after that night, did you guys ever see that again?
Oh yeah, I seen him one more time.
Oh wow.
Where we had just went to a Santa Monica Pier, and the whole night was cool. We got home, and I went to my room, and in my room you could see straight into the fucking living room, and I just happened to fucking stand up, like just sit up from my bed, looking straight into the living room, and I see the fucking same guy sitting by the couch, just looking straight at me, and I just fucking went back down and knocked out.
Wow.
I was like, I got no time for this shit.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, man. Man, well, I'll tell you what. Next time, our next Freaky Tale, why don't you call back and share another story, man? I greatly appreciate that one.
All love, Tony. You already know. I will.
Fun fact for those who don't know, the person on the phone right now is a good friend of mine named Wailu. Hey, he's the one who named me Kujo, the Savage.
That's a freaky story.
Yep.
yeah. You know, music. You already know what the fuck is cracking. Tony, pleasure.
All right, my brother. You stay blessed, man. Okay, everybody.
Y'all stay cool.
Yes.
Kujo, tap in.
Yeah.
All right, later.
Okay, everybody. That was the last call. Sorry. The last call for alcohol. So, Kujo, the pelvic sorcerer, any last words, anything you want to say?
No,
we can
I'm
take
just
these off.
thank you for having me on. Thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure.
Okay.
And thank you guys for tuning in, and man, it's you know, I'd be on here every Friday if I could, you know.
Yeah,
I love this shit.
Well, I know. We'll just make a small announcement because we don't really like to talk about music here. But you got some new stuff coming out soon. So we're gonna bring you to the other one.
Yeah.
So you can promote, your new music or whatnot.
Yeah.
So, other than that, any last words? Anything?
Everybody be safe tonight.
Okay. Porque the devil's out there.
Huh.
So.
Get the fuck out of here now.
My last question, Kujo. Tell me the truth.
All right.
I'm going to only offer it to you one more time. If the devil wanted to meet you at 3 o'clock.
I'm going with that motherfucker, Tony. Fuck him.
All right.
I'll tell him I'll take a rain check.
Okay. All right. You heard him, Satan. So, okay, everyone. So I just want to say thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Everybody in the live chat. Everybody who subscribed, who commented. If you are following us on Instagram, thank you. I try to post daily. I'll have another guest, not next week, but the following week. Once again, we apologize for last week when I had to cancel, but I have to cancel when my guests cancel. So other than that, I have people lined up, ready to go. So hopefully they don't cancel. We do this every other week. Other than that, if you want to reach me, DM me. Reach me at Freaky Tales Podcast on Instagram, Freaky Tales Podcast on Instagram, or leave a comment and somebody from my team will get a hold of the comment and they'll let me know. So thank you once again. Freaky Friday, Freaky Tales, expect the unexpected. And once again, I'd like to give credit where credit is due to Alex Cervantes Enterprise, Anthony the Hip Hop Jedi, and my son B. Scanless, the one who helps me promotes all this, and none other than the pelvic saucer. Any last words?
Nah, man. Just everyone be safe and,
Okay.
They're positive.
And with that being said, get the fuck out of here,
Get the fuck out of here.